Good everyone, welcome to this video, and today we have a review on the AMX-13 M24. Well, the updated review, that is. So since this tank came out, there have been a couple of things that have changed about it. Not much, but one of them is the BR, and the other is something more important. So, this tank used to be battle rating 3.3, it is now 3.7. Now, when this tank first came out, it did not have something that would actually be pretty fair for a 3.7 tank, but obviously it was at 3.3 and it did not have this. What am I on about? Well, we now get a Stabiliser. The same Stabiliser as on the M24 Chaffee. They finally gave it a Stabiliser, which I couldn't find any documents proving if it had it or not, but clearly it did. But otherwise, the vehicle hasn't really changed, but I'm still going to cover it in detail anyway. So the armour has not changed, with 40mm on the lower glacis, 20 on the upper, 20 around the turret ring, 38 on the mantlet and the turret face, 25 on the side of the turret, 20 on the side of the hull, 15 on the rear, and 25 and 20 respectively on the back of the turret. On top, the vehicle is only 12.7mm, so it is vulnerable to 50 cal. The hatch, however, for the Commander, my tongue slipped there, is a little bit more armoured. The driver's hatch is even less armoured, so just be mindful of that. The cooling fans for the engine and obviously the radiators are also quite weak to 50 caliber fire from above, and can even be penetrated by 30 caliber fire. So this tank obviously comes in at around 1150 G, and on sale it'll be 575. Now, compare that to the B1 which is, I believe, around 1,000. It certainly is a good tank for the price, and it offers an alternate playstyle to the B1 which is a bullet sponge. This tank, however, is both a scout, but it's also a tank that can do some decent work. Now, I nicknamed this thing the Frankenstein Scout, because, well, it looks like something that, well, Dr. Frankenstein himself would design. But, you know, I mean, it's probably something actually more on the line of Dr. Robotnik, because this is something he would definitely come out with, but, you know, it's more of a reference to Frankenstein because it makes more sense, not Dr. Robotnik, who spends his days trying to go after Sonic all the time. But it's certainly a good vehicle in the fact that it packs a punch. It does have a 50 cal, which the regular AMX-13 FL11 does not, and even though you trade a little bit of turret protection, it is still worth it. So, obviously, as I said, you do get a 50 cal, you do get a coaxial 30 cal, and the main gun is the same gun as on the Chaffee, the M6. Recommended shell is the M61, which this shell does pack quite a punch. Don't run this round. Don't run this round. Bring about 5 of this. You also do not get a huge amount of ammunition for the 75, although to be honest, that is not a problem. Whilst you only get 48 rounds, again, that's not a problem. You're probably going to take around 20 to 25 on your main APCBC rounds. And as I said, I recommend around 5 smoke rounds, because it just has that little bit more versatility. Obviously, you do get a smoke grenade launcher, but the AMX in the tech tree, if I remember rightly, yes, it gets them on the side of the turret and these fire at the same time. So it gets that little bit more benefit, whilst it doesn't get the initial smoke cover, shield, so to speak, as quickly as the regular AMX does. This thing can definitely get out some smoke over time, and it can be more consistent than going back to a cap every single time you launch your smoke grenades, because you get 14 of them. And of course, whilst the Tech Tree AMX can also fire smoke, this thing can as well. So, whilst you do trade a bit of turret armor, because you only trade about 2mm with the overlap as well, it's not something that you need to be worried about, but just take that into consideration. The turret armor will not save you on this tank. But for the price that you get, as you're going to see in the gameplay, this tank is more than acceptable. The mobility is great, the suspension is a little bit shit, as you're going to see in the start, but it's perfectly acceptable, and I highly suggest picking up this tank. You would have had this review earlier, but unfortunately bumped the BR to 3.7 right as I was getting ready to put my review out, so I had to ditch that, and then just get some fresh footage, which did not take long. Only took 1 match. But anyway, I'm going to head you over to the gameplay now. Highly suggest picking up this tank, and I will see you all on the next one. Okay, artillery on C. They're capturing B. Already off to a wonderful start. Oh dear, suspension. There we go. Suspension.exe has stopped working on this tank, it seems. We're going to take a bit of a different route. Let's see if we can get some side shots in there. Come on, stick your nose out. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Not going to be able to penetrate that front slope. Oh my god, there's just an army of tanks. Holy shit. Well, there's something that does need to go. There we go. I would be normally scouting, but yeah. We've got more important fish to fry here, so let me get rid of that. Oh my god, there's just a swarm of fucking tanks. Alright, well, let's back up a little bit. There's something there. Yeah, I've just seen it. I don't have a proper shot on it. Well, let's... Is he moving forward? No, I think he's just been hit though. Right, well, let's get a move on because we can get some side shots. And if need be, we can do a low-speed stabilizer shot. That doesn't tell me a lot, buddy. Let's move it a little closer because there's these walls we can use as cover. Yo, there's smoke there, buddy. I can't see shit. Yeah, what do you want me to do? There's nothing there. That's plain. You got to play this thing very carefully, 'cause the armor is not exactly amazing. Oh, you son of a bitch! Killed him right as I pulled the trigger. There's something round there. Yeah, it's Cromwell. Let's see if we can scout him. Nope. Bring the turret over there. They must have just charged in then, because our team is getting slaughtered on the flank. Right. Let's spin the tank round, because we don't get neutral steering. There's a Sherman there, that needs to go. There's the Cromwell. BT-7. There you go, that's why you bring the 50 cal. Okay, get back into cover. There is something there, but obviously I have to wait for the turret to swing around. Gonna drop some arty right there. Right, well. There's definitely gonna be some unhappy bunnies heading my way. And I don't mean tanks. I mean shit like that. Oh boy. Commander loader. Unfortunately hit the breach area. Let's see if we can get a rearward shot. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. I'm looking to make sure. I think we're good, so let's try and move up. What we need to do is try and cut off their reinforcements. Or at least intervene with them. Let's drop some... Well, if my art is not reloaded yet. Duh. Let's move forward a little bit. I'll drop a smoke grenade to distract them. I didn't react quickly enough, but I could have had a shot then. We might have a shot here, though. I don't think there's anyone that's going to come from my left, but can't guarantee. Back up a little bit. Critical hit with a 50 cal. Nice. Let's move up. So like I said, I want to try and cut up their reinforcements because we need to start putting pressure on the cap. This is the more risky route, but I kind of need to take it. Because we can use the shadows here to help us out. Because of our poor reverse rate. There's Valentine. Oh, fuck off. That's just giving us away. Alright, let's drop Hardy up there. Alright, let's move. Although, hang on a minute, there's a Lee there. That definitely needs to go. Valentine's just pulled out, so let's go and see if we can keep the B point protected. Now I know someone's going to say you call this thing the Frankenstein Scout, you don't do a lot of scouting in it, and that is correct. But that's just the way I play my light tanks. It's only if I find a good position that is suitable for scouting is when I will scout. But because on this map you don't get many positions like that, especially on this side, you kinda have to do some things that you don't really want to do. Like, you have to be a bit more aggressive. So I think he still thinks I'm here. Yeah, I think I see him. Hold on.
Another zone captured, we have the advantage.
See if I can bait him to shoot. Is he firing HE? I mean, respect for that, but all you've done is annoy me. Let's dump a smoke anyway, and we'll dump one here as well once the launcher is reloaded. That's better. So now we've got a bit of cover. I'll dump another one anyway. Right, tracks up. Okay, the Valentine is dead. I don't know why he was firing HE, but maybe he thought I wasn't, like, I was a wheeled vehicle because of how quickly I escaped. I don't know. We're doing pretty well though. I mean, the team is doing pretty dang well, I have to say that. Right. Now this is quite naughty. You shouldn't really do this because it's quite naughty to the enemy team. Don't think we got the kill assist on that plane earlier, but that's okay. Let's get a move on. Is there any planes I need to worry about thinking about it? No. It's all friendly planes, so that's good. Oh, just missed my opportunity there. Well, I mean, we've got all three caps, so I might as well sit here and get some points. Where's he gone? There he is. I think he's just there.
Our victory is near.
Yes, he is. There we go. Alright, there's a naughty little spot you could use. Use this spot at your own discretion, but trust me, this spot is naughty for this side. So if you manage to flank the enemy team and get into their spawn like we have... Nah, too slow. You can pretty much sit right here. The only way they're going to get up to you is if they push you. But that's game. This tank can do some work. That's for sure. I don't know what the 6.2 is shooting at, but I think that will be game because no one else can spawn. Not a bad result. 6 kills. Some good teamwork. And well, we witnessed half an army fail to push in the way they did. I mean, they did manage to take out some of the team, but like, I managed to cut off their reinforcements to some extent. But there you go. Pays nicely, gets a good bit of research. What else can I say about this tank? If you don't like the B1 turret, pick this thing up.